Okay, what if you could design an entire app just by describing a vibe? Today, we're diving into a really interesting speculative tool called Google Stitch. It imagines a future where designing UIs by hand is totally a thing of the past. This is a wild idea, so let's break it down.
But first, let's get our bearings. This isn't a real product announcement. The source material is actually a satirical code report that's pretending to be from the near future, March 19th, 2026 to be exact. And it paints this incredible picture of a world where the rules of design have been completely torn up and rewritten.
And it kicks off with a bombshell. The central claim? Google just murdered Figma. I mean, what a statement, right? It's designed to get every single designer and developer out there to just stop and pay attention.
So what's the big problem this futuristic tool is supposed to solve? Well, according to this report, it's all about ending what it calls the dark ages of UI development. You know, that slow, tedious, manual process we're all a little too familiar with.
And the contrast it draws is just so stark. On one side, you've got the dark ages. That means all the painstaking CSS work, the endless wireframing in Figma, trying to memorize all those utility classes. But now, we're supposedly in the vibe age, where you don't start with a wireframe, you start with a vibe. You don't build from the ground up, you just steal a URL. The whole game changes from how you build to what you want to feel. And this quote just perfectly captures the supposed fallout. In this 2026 world, even something as modern as Tailwind CSS is basically useless. The need to memorize classes and build things by hand, it's just gone. I mean, why would you buy a template when an AI can just build exactly what you're thinking of, instantly?
So this gets us to the core idea here, design by vibe. The thinking is that you don't need all those technical design skills anymore. All you need is the ability to describe the feeling you're going for, and the AI just takes care of the rest. And the process they describe is, honestly, almost like magic. So, step 1, you give it a vibe. Who's this for? What should it feel like? Step 2, give it a source. Could be a screenshot, or, and this is the crazy part, just a URL of a site you like. Step 3, you just talk to it. And then step 4, the AI just summons a complete user interface for you.
And we're not just talking about a flat picture here. This thing is imagined to generate fully interactive prototypes and even simulate entire user flows. But maybe the most interesting part is this. It creates something called a design markdown file, which is basically a portable blueprint of your entire design. You can just plug that into other AI coding tools and keep everything consistent.
Okay, theory's great, but the source actually demonstrates all this by building, well, a pretty unique app. Let's see this thing in action as it creates Horse Tinder. So the demo kicks off by showing its, let's call it, stealing capability. The user decides they really like the design system on the fireship.dev website. So instead of trying to recreate it all, they just feed the URL right into Google Stitch.
And just like that, poof, the entire design system, the colors, the components, the fonts, all of it is extracted and ready to go. That unbelievable efficiency is now the foundation for building this brand new app.
All right, with that design system basically ripped from the web, it's time to build the homepage for this billion-dollar idea, Horse Tinder. A prompt goes in, and in about 30 seconds, a full homepage is generated. And it's not a static image, it has actual interactive components.
So next up, they try the voice command feature. Instead of typing anything, they just start talking to the AI, asking for a chat feature. When the AI asks for a vibe, the response is, well, it's simple and very specific. Let's make it kind of like Grindr.
And get this, the AI actually gets it. It doesn't just create some generic chat box. It interprets the vibe from that prompt and instantly spits out a bold, energetic, clean chat screen that really matches that aesthetic. This is literally designed by cultural reference.
So after you see all of that, the obvious question just hangs in the air. If an AI can do all this, are human developers and designers even needed anymore? Well, the report is pretty clear that the answer is no. Let's look at where this AI falls short.
Yeah, this is the big one, right? With tools that are seemingly this powerful that can conjure up UIs out of thin air, what is left for a human to actually do?
The answer is not so fast. Stitch is a master of the front end, the visual stuff, but it can't touch back-end logic. It can't handle user authentication. It can't build the reliable, bulletproof, full-stack features that actually make an app work. That's still very much in the hands of a human developer.
And as a final little satirical jab, the source points out that, hey, if the AI's design isn't quite perfect, you can always just export the components back into Figma to edit them like a caveman. It's a pretty funny way of saying the old tools still have a role to play, even if it's a smaller one.
So what are we supposed to make of all this? Look, this glimpse into 2026 is obviously a caricature, but it's poking fun at a very real trend. AI is making the distance between having an idea and actually executing on it shorter and shorter. And it really makes you wonder, in this new world, is your next great idea really just a single, well-phrased prompt away?